I got into backyard wrestling when I used to watch the WWF at the time, all the time, constantly, when it was on television. Liked it so much, coming from a rugby background, I wanted to see what it was like. I like the death-defying stunts, the ones that everyone thought were a bit crazy, so you thought, oh, I'll do it instead and see what happens. 9 times out of 10 you hurt yourself, but it looked great on tape, so I just kept doing it more because I wanted to make it more spectacular. The backyard, it was very much, I could do a flip off that, it's gonna hurt, let's give it a shot.
What is it about top elite performers in sport that make them better than other people? What are the factors that go into producing a champion? Prior to the fight, they're likely to be very hyped up and aroused. They're probably going to be anxious because obviously in these kind of sports there's always the possibility of somebody getting injured very badly or even killed in extreme cases.
I like the sense of fear that you get with it, that it might not work, it might not happen, but you do it anyway just for that, the hope that it's going to work out and it's going to be absolutely brilliant and you're going to get everyone cheering and roaring along with you. I think after rugby and then going to the backyard, I wanted to do something a little bit more legal. I came here and did mixed martial arts. I had a look at it and it looked very interesting, and I thought it looked exactly like something I would get into, especially with like the wrestling background I had and the rugby style it was. So I just thought it was the next step, really.
He's very impressive in the ring. He does an awful lot of fancy stuff. He takes an awful lot of risks, which I think makes a very good fighter. He's not just going to go in there and play it safe. He is going to go in there and try to win impressively.
I think it's important that they do put to the back of their mind the possibility of them becoming extremely badly injured, because that's going to affect the performance and it might make them hold back more, which in the end might actually make them more likely to get hurt.
I love intense sports, sort of the death-defying sports. I downhill mountain bike as well, and I BMX down in Bristol. I like the sense of fear that you get with it, that it might not work, it might not happen, but you do it anyway just for that, the hope that it's going to work out and it's going to be absolutely brilliant and you're going to get everyone cheering and roaring along with you.
You know, you start to wonder what makes people do that kind of sport, that kind of activity. It does have this real primitive element to it, and clearly a danger that's not present to such a degree in more sanitized versions of combat sports like, you know, normal boxing. I think these people that want to get involved in that kind of sport really seem to be quite extreme sensation-seeking sort of people. They really crave that kind of adrenaline rush and the kind of excitement that you get when you're faced with this kind of very real danger, more so than in any other sport I can think of.
And fighting out of the red corner, representing Warrington Fight Forum,
Me personally, I think it takes a certain mindset. I mean, you can do the likes of, you know, traditional sports like karate and stuff like that. You know, anybody can do them. But to step into this ring and do what these guys do, it does take a hell of a mindset, and it takes a lot of balls, in my opinion. So, I mean, from the start, anybody that steps into this ring is a winner in my book.